21 next. I'm Joel D. Smith on October the 7th here. Let's get right out to Yasmin Cowan, who has been on the scene of a deadly shooting. Another person injured as well. This is in the Steelton area. Scary scene out there for a while, and an emotional one, because when you arrived, we're looking at some video right here. It looks like tactical gear, almost like a tank. The SWAT team, it seems, was out there as well, trying to find this person who was the shooter. Take us through what you saw out there in the course of a couple of different hours.
Joel D, I've seen a lot since I've been on the scene here when I arrived around like 3 o'clock. Now, what you see in that video is South 2nd Street, where there were a number of officials standing on a porch of 2 homes where they were armed. They had masks over their faces. They were going in and out of the home. There was a K-9 unit on ground. There was drones in the sky. There was a lot happening. And for reference, what you're seeing on video, South 2nd Street, is a 5-minute walk from the shooting earlier that happened on 4th Street in Steelton, where District Attorney Franchado confirmed one person lost their life and another was injured. And when I was there, Joel D, just a lot of people were emotional. They were crying, falling to the ground. I mean, it was very tense. You could feel it.
It seems logical that that was someone very close to the victim.
Oh, yes. And I did see a woman who was crying profusely saying, "That's my son, that's my son." And we saw police opening the caution tape and walking her through the scene where we saw a body on the blue bag. So, you know, it was a scary situation.
So let's update people where we are right now. It seems like, you were out there for a while. You saw the guys in the tactical gear, that heavily armored vehicle. Then you're kept away. Yeah. Then they take up the tape and you get closer and closer, and then eventually the whole street's open again. I mean, as you see here, there were helicopters at one point. It's a pretty intense search going on for this shooter, and then it just kind of stopped.
It did stop. I mean, the road was blocked off for quite some time, and then they opened it up so we were able to walk through. But even though we were able to walk through the street that was essentially blocked off, there is still police surrounding 2 homes. We don't know why they're still on guard right now outside of those houses, but we're trying to figure out why. Right.
But let's get to how, we're not going to speculate, but we can see what we see, and you are our eyes and ears out there. The level of intensity from the police definitely came down at a certain point.
Oh, it definitely did. It definitely came down. And when I arrived there, like you said, the SWAT team was there with guns, going down the street. I mean, there was a lot of intensity here on the street. I mean, it was like this for a long time. Yeah. What else were people talking about there? Once again, we don't, we can't say that they know exactly what happened, but they do talk to us, and we're trying to share some of what they said. Yeah, I mean, people that were near the scene were saying that, they were related to the individual, that there's a lot of crime in that neighborhood, and they've experienced this before. This isn't the first incident. So they've just been saying a lot about just the neighborhood itself and what they've seen and what they've experienced. That no one knew anything about the scenario there, if there was an argument or how these people were in the same area, anything like that? I mean, people in the area were saying that there was some argument inside of a store, but that's all they could tell me. Yeah, we don't know. Okay, but let's get back to the impact on the community. I mean, schools are supposed to get out 2, 3 o'clock, and yet they were told, no, keep the kids there. Mm-hmm. Yep, that was the Steelton School District. They were all on lockdown. We know that the elementary school, they did have their dismissal first. It was a staggered dismissal, but there were roads that were blocked off all throughout the streets here. So, if you were going to pick up your child, I'm sure it was definitely hard because you really couldn't get through. Even Steelton Mayor Sierra Dent says that there were streets where she was advising people to not drive down because there was law enforcement in the area. And she even said herself, she confirmed that there was a shooting, and they are working with local leadership and their officers to find out what exactly took place here. Okay, so the last word from police as you're getting ready to leave there, and we will, wait for an update throughout the night. I mean, we're seeing these people walk away. They're not in a position of danger. These are the SWAT team, it looks like, and some heavily armed police officers just walking away. They don't look like they're at attention or anything. So it feels like that situation is over there, even though we don't know everything. Tell me,
what's the last thing you heard from there before, you guys are breaking down from your situation too?
I mean, just they're still investigating this matter. I mean, I spoke to police there on the scene. They say they can't really give me any information. I asked them why they're sitting outside of the home. They say that they can't release anything yet. So, I've been in constant contact with District Attorney Franchado. I asked, how old were the victims that were involved in this situation. He said that he can't release those identities just yet.
Okay. I'm sure we'll get that by the end of the night, or at least I hope so. So I know we'll stay on top of that. That's the big question. Let's learn more about these victims. Let's find out where the shooter is, and where this will go from here. But at least that situation has calmed down from exactly where you were for a few hours. So thanks a lot, Yasmin, and we'll keep everybody updated on this throughout the night.
Thank you.
All right, folks, there you have it. We'll stay on top of this for you. Of course, if this goes all the way till 10 o'clock, we'll let you know in our 10 o'clock news on the CW or 11 o'clock on CBS 21. In the meantime, wherever you get your information from CBS 21, stay tuned on there, whether it's Twitter or Facebook or right here on another 21 Next on YouTube. We will get that information as soon as we have it, because that's what we're about right now, giving you the news where you are and the way you like to consume it. So this is one of those ways. And if this works for you, tell somebody else maybe this is the style they want to get their news as well. I'm Joel D. Smith. This is 21 Next. We'll see you next time.